nation is connected, but if everybody in that nation is on one accord, then you're going to thrive. So let's say Africa, like most of the exports is like minerals and shit, right? Minerals, maybe like fruits, vegetables, agriculture. They're rich in it, right? Diamonds, gold, a lot of mineral shit, but they not together with it. So that's why, like, the Europeans are coming in and capitalizing off that shit, because all the different African states is divided. Everybody's against each other. So the foreigners, that's how they're able to come in and occupy and colonize these areas and then extract the resources and take it back home. That's what the fuck he doing. That's why I be like, I know they not my friends. I know who my enemy is. But at the same time, I understand that it's not, as a man thinketh, so shall he be. It's not about, like, the physical aspect, because this shit, it's a spiritual war, right? So it's mental, it's not physical. It's not, I can overpower his little goofy ass and take his shit, you feel me? Like, I can do whatever the fuck I want to do to him physically. He can't compete with me. But mentally, competency-wise, he knows shit that I don't fucking know. He has resources that I don't have. I may have these resources and don't even realize I got these fucking resources. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I'm like, this shit, but that's what they do. And that's what I'm trying to do. Because I can't do it with my people, so I'm going to have to do it myself and just be the example. Doing commerce, international trade. We do it every fucking day. Don't you buy shit from fucking Amazon? Where you think it's coming from?
Man, where you think it's coming from? You know what I'm saying? Where it's coming from, pimps?
Coming from China.
China. Hey.
China. How you been dying? Coming from China.
Yeah. Man. Hey, them some hustlers.
They are, and I ain't mad at them. I just wish we was on the same page. That's all.
Yeah.
We need to be moving like they moving. Tony, man. What's good, man? Happy Friday, man.
Hey, happy Friday. Yeah.
In here. Jerry, what's good? They coming in. The doors of the church are open. Who wish to enter?
Hey, what'd you say?
The debt devil is busy.
Yeah.
These creditors are seeking whom they may devour.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Today gonna be it's about y'all today, man. It's Friday, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let the comment section, pretty much dictate how I never rate, if you will. Let it fill up a little bit more, man. They still coming in.
Yeah.
Texicano, what's good, man? Got a new member in the house.
Yeah.
Texicano Kennels.
Oh, we got a member.
Yes,
we got a member. Hey, what's happening, man? Hey, that's what's up.
Yes,
Texicano. Hey, salute,
man.
Yeah, look, Jay, Tony M, man. Yeah. Hey, before we jump into this subject, right? Did me and you have a conversation about 100 men versus gorilla?
Yeah, we did.
Did we have
that conversation?
Yeah. And you said nay.
So this my perspective on it. Just thinking logically and rationally, I don't think the gorilla would even want to fight 100 men. If they saw 100 men coming their direction, I'm pretty sure that gorilla would run.
What if that gorilla's in the corner? It's a fight or flight.
Then I mean, in that situation, then yeah, he might come out swinging. But 100 men, he gonna probably knock out about 10 off the rip, and then another 10 probably gonna be like, oh fuck that shit, and it'll probably be like 3 niggas that them 3 crazy ass niggas, man, I can knock his big ass out, and then he gonna kill them. So then I think about 20. Nah, I say about at least half they gonna run.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking from experience, because I every time I went to war, it a minimum of a third ran. You know what I'm saying? When shit got real. So really, it ain't even 100 men versus a gorilla. I say probably about 50, 60 versus the gorilla, and then once the gorilla started handling business, it'll probably be about 20 versus the gorilla. I'm just being honest, bro. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
But man, I don't think 100 men could take a gorilla. I mean, I'm just being. It depends on how if they come in on a strategy, they might can get them. But it's gonna be some casualties. We're gonna take a lot of losses. But I think eventually, they get his ass.
Yeah. So what we on today, man?
So it's Friday, man. Friday I always try to do, basically kind of like question and answer, open forum type of platform, and always try to talk about something financial or something business related, y'all can take and, have some homework to do over the weekend. But today I want to talk about accounting.
Okay.
I don't know about y'all, but I know me personally, I'm horrible with accounting. Do I know accounting, understand accounting? Do I handle my own accounting? Yes. Do I like it? Fuck no. But it is important. It is one of the things in business that is the least fun to do, least the fun part of being a business owner, but it's the most crucial and important. I mean, it depends on the person. You know what I mean? You might enjoy it, but I just balancing the books ain't really I mean, it's fun when you get money because you get to see like, damn, yeah, I did good this quarter. You know what I mean? It's like, but
I think that's the that's one of the most important cornerstones to your success.
It is.
If not, because when you start talking about accounting, and you talking about being your own accountant to a certain extent, depending on your situation, circumstances, and your level of understanding and education in that field, the more intimate you are with the numbers. Let me go ahead and break down some accountants for you.
Break it down.
Rockefeller. Accountant. You understand? When you get intimate with numbers, man, you start to find different things you can do with numbers. You know what you're working with. If I said, hey, Mr. CEO, tell me how many numbers you doing on Facebook. Tell me how many numbers you doing on social media. Tell me what your revenue was for last week. Tell me your general audience that you attract. Not only that, tell me your monthly expenses. Tell me your how much subscriptions you have. Tell me the whole nine. Give me the entire list right now. The majority of people can't even tell. The majority of people say, I got to get back to you.
Yeah.
But you'll always find the ones that are so deep and so into it. That's all they do. They wake up, they think about it. They go to sleep, they think about it. And it like, look, man, look, success favors the obsessed.
Yep.
Success favors the bold. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these things, man, like when you start talking about accounting, man, you have to be intimate with numbers. When you start thinking about the people that are highly successful, and I mean highly successful, the 1%, the half of the percent of the 1% of the 1%, you know, they're all intimate with their numbers. How many of y'all can tell me exactly what your monthly bills are to a T, all your subscriptions, everything that you have, every single penny that is going out and coming in, and tell me exactly where it goes down to the last penny?
They can't.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And the ones that can do that, they find patterns. You know what I'm saying? If I am coming up short every month, but I'm making more than enough money, but I'm coming up short. I've tried to cut these corners, but it's still coming up short. Why am I coming up short? I don't know. I'm not intimate with my numbers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not intimate with my numbers. And if you can't do that on a personal level, how you going to do it on a business level?
Exactly.
Now, you know what I'm saying? Yes, you can hire the people to do the things for you, but if you have no a clue of what's going on, you're going to be sitting in court with the IRS. So, you know, to me, there is no excuse when it comes to accounting, man. You got to be intimate with your numbers at some point in time.
Facts. So, yeah, man. Smart money management, man. That's the key. Is managing your money intelligently. You know, making the right decisions based off of your accounting, right? When you need to know what's coming in, so you know what's going out, so that way you know where your money's going, what it needs to go to, how it's going to it, when it's going to it. You need to know all of these things. That's accounting. It should be not, like you said, it shouldn't be one penny that's unaccounted for. You need to know where everything's going, every dollar. And that also helps when it comes to audits, right? If you get audited, you know, just scrambling, you know what I'm saying, trying to get all this information and all this paperwork together. If you got your affairs in order, as soon as they get you, my accountant, here you go the file right here. Boom.
Yep.
Like,
I closed the restaurant down in 2018, and I still got every last file to this day in the physical form right now. They say keep your files up to 7 years, but I'm gonna keep them probably for 10. Because I've heard people getting audited up to 10 years, you know. So these things count. And I got it digital. I got plenty of paper trails just in case. Because that IRS ain't nothing to play with, man. Ask Wesley Snipes. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Wesley, man.
That, you know, a lot of people, you don't pay taxes, you going to jail. Remember Wesley? Nah, it ain't that he didn't pay his taxes. It's
what
the
is
fact that his status wasn't corrected, right? His tax status, right, and his political status wasn't. He didn't have his affairs in order. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Without going into detail, but like he didn't have his affairs in order. If he had his affairs in order, there's ways that for you don't have to pay taxes. There's no law that says that you can go on the IRS website. I would love for somebody to prove me wrong. Show me any document or any publication on the IRS website that says that it's mandatory that U.S. citizens pay taxes. It's not mandatory.
Right.
So we all know that there are certain individuals who pay taxes, and we know there's certain ones who don't. Certain ones who pay certain taxes, certain ones who don't pay certain taxes. So,
but it's a way to do that, you know, and it's from a business standpoint. Okay, the best way for you to legitimately not pay taxes from a business standpoint is, well, from a personal standpoint, is you have to own. You have to be an owner. That's the first thing. You have to be an owner. You know what I'm saying? You got to get in the mix of being the owner. You have to have some form of business. And, you know, it's a lot of ways to go about it, man. I go into detail, but I don't want to go all into detail just yet. But yeah, continue what you were saying, man, because it's a couple of ways you can go about it. It's definitely a couple of ways.
Yes, sir. All right. So for the introduction, it's basically we want to talk about the importance of accounting and in your personal life and also in your business finances, right? So basically, basic, accounting principles like, assets, liabilities, equity, learning the verbiage and what these words mean, right? So when you're in certain spaces, or say you go to the bank and you're trying to get a loan, right? There's certain verbiage that you need to use when you're in these certain spaces or you're dealing with certain individuals, right? It's certain verbiage or jargon. That's just like, okay, if you play basketball, for instance, right? It's certain words or verbiage that's used on the court that if you would only know if you play basketball on the court or professionally, right?
Can I ask you some verbiage?
Well, I just gave you a couple.
Well, because I was looking something up and I wanted to see your take on it. Because you probably can speak on it better than I can, because it goes right along with what you were saying. It says the U.S. Constitution does grant Congress the power to lay and collect taxes, including income taxes. This power is established in Article 1, Section 8, Clause 1, which states that Congress has the authority to lay and collect taxes, duties, imposts, and exercises. Additionally, the 16th Amendment, ratified in 1913, specifically grants Congress the power to levy a tax on incomes from whatever source derived. Now, you said that it didn't say that, but at the same time, you spoke before about you said something, you said Congress, you said from whatever source derived. You said the US was a business. Is this when the US became a business?
A corporation.
Corporation.
It was, so they had it's multiple corporations, what you call a shell corporation, right?
Okay.
But the first original corporation went bankrupt in I believe it was 32. And then right after that, or maybe it was 28. It was either 28 or 32. I think it was 28, 1928. Noble Drew Ali had a lot to do with that. If you know, you know. But he bankrupt the first United States Service Corporation. They filed for bankruptcy. Next thing you know, the Great Depression happens, right? 1933. Then that's when they established the Federal Reserve Act, right? And they founded the Federal Reserve System. And we were under the gold standard, right? They took the gold away to where now we're under IOUs, because that's what a Federal Reserve note is. It's not money. Now, to answer your question, to give you clarification to what I said before, what you just spoke about is federal, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's a federal jurisdiction. Now, that is correct in saying federal employees can be taxed. So if
but it says,
hold on.
Okay.
Federal employees. Now, explain to me, what is the IRS? And does the IRS have anything to do with the U.S. government? Is it a government agency?
Oh, well, let me read something else real quick. It says, because I stopped reading because I'm continuously reading. This is information new to, well, not necessarily new to me, but in detail. Therefore, the Constitution provides a legal framework for the federal government to collect taxes, including income taxes, to fund its operations and various public services.
So we still talking federal. So I ask you once again.
Yeah, but it's saying
hold on. That's federal, right? So if the IRS is claiming that you must pay them taxes, federal taxes, because you pay your federal taxes to who?
state and government, and those are two state and federal, and those are two different entities or two different yeah.
Right, but you pay state and federal taxes, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when you pay federal taxes, what agency or what the IRS is not a government agency, is what I'm trying to get you to understand. It's a private auditing corporation. It's no different than H&R Block.
Mm-hmm.
When you pay your taxes, you go to H&R Block to do your accounting. So that's all IRS is. They're an accounting firm. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
They have an EIN number too.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with the federal government. It's private. That's the private sector. So why are you paying them taxes? Do you understand what I'm saying? So what you just read has nothing to do with the IRS. With the IRS,
well, because it says the IRS, and now mind you, I'm getting on Google. So, everybody take what I'm saying at face value now. You know what I'm saying? Just take it at face value, because it could go any way with Google. It says the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, is a public, not private entity. It's a bureau of the Department of Treasury and the agency of the U.S. federal government. So if it says that, then
that's unconstitutional, my brother.
Huh?
In the original Constitution, it say that no state can levy or levy taxes or lay taxes unless it's let me get my verse right.
But the Constitution has been amended. You see what I'm saying?
We talking about the original de jure. See, you talking about de facto. We talking about de jure.
Okay.
So so let me clear it up. This is where the mix-up is coming in. You have the original United States of America, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the original Constitution. That's the organic land. All the states.
1776. Yeah.
But before Reconstruction, right? All the states combined. That's when you come together like Voltron. That's the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
That's the republic.
Okay.
The organic republic, the original government that our ancestors created. Then you have the fake quasi-government, the United States Service Corporation. They drop off the Service Corporation, but if you look it up, the EIN, you see where it's registered. It's registered as the United States Service Corporation because they're supposed to be providing services to the U.S. people, the citizens. That's what the tax money is supposed to be for.
Yeah.
But last time I just came from Baltimore this morning. My back hurt.
Yeah. Hey man, when you working that road, when you a driver, man, that put a lot of wear and tear on your body, man.
That's what I'm saying. Especially if anybody been to Baltimore, they know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The Baltimore street's treacherous, man. You're gonna need an alignment. You better get a rental. You come up here. If you bring your own car, you're gonna need alignment, 2 tires, a plug, and probably a rim. You're gonna dent a rim.
Yeah.
You got to swerve one pothole to hit a worse one. So it's like, where the bread going?
Yeah.
But this falls into the topic of the day, accounting. There's monies and there's funds that aren't being accounted for. I don't know if y'all seen it the last, when Trump was going off on, I forgot what agency was. He said, wait a minute, we got people that's been dead for 30 years and they still getting checks. Who's cashing these checks?
Yeah, man. That's because, so the guy, so it's a few things. So a lot of us invest in the 401k plan, which the guy who actually created the 401k plan says that the 401k, he is totally against the 401k plan now. Then you got what were you just talking about?
What? Dealing with accounting?
No, man, you just said it, man. I can't remember, man. Don't worry about it. You keep going, man. I'm gonna stop interrupting you, man. God, dog.
It'll come back to you. It'll come back. That's because I start writing this shit down, man. We just write it down.
Yeah.
So, you know, you won't lose your
I used to keep a pen. I'm gonna have to do that again, man, so I can start writing when these things come to me.
But yeah, so just understanding the basics of you know, financing, financial statement. I'm sorry, the verbiage first. You know, certain verbiage, the main verbiage, like, you know, the difference between the asset, the liability, what equity is, right? These are things that are important to know, right? Certain verbiage. I encourage you to write these words down. Look them up. You know, look up financial statements, right? Understanding what a financial statement is, how that looks, what that consists of, right? Balance sheets, income statements, right? Cash flow statements. You know, these are things that, you know, when you coming into business, we don't really focus on. We just focus on, oh, we gotta get the money. But it's like, yeah, get the money, but then once you get the money, then what? See, this is where accounting comes into play, because if you understand accounting, then you understand it's not just about getting the money. Once you get the money, then you got to know what to do with it. And then there's certain ways you want to get the money, so then you're not paying taxes or not paying so much in taxes. It's different ways to do things, you understand what I'm saying, to get a certain result. So it depends on what you're trying to do, what business you in, what industry you in. All that plays a role in how you, I mean, ultimately you have a foundation. All accounting is done the same way. But depending on your end goal and your business or whatever industry you're in, will determine on how you need to, you understand what I'm saying? How you need to break those funds up and allocate those funds and dealing with your business. If you want to scale up, if you just good where you at and you just want to stay where you at, it just depends. You know what I mean? But however you want to play it, you need a solid foundation in accounting. Because if you don't have that, and why I say that is because, you know, some people, they might have the means, or they might have the funds that, man, fuck that. Why am I don't need to learn this shit? I can just pay somebody to do it. I got an accountant. He do it. That's cool. But he's still human. He makes errors, right? Human error is a possibility. And everybody's not honorable. Everybody don't do good business. So it's a possibility he might finesse you, fuck you over. That happens a lot too. So, you know, you still need to know certain things when it comes to accounting, even if you have someone else, you're paying someone else to do your account. But like I said, what did I touch on? Financial statements, balance sheets, income statements, cash flow statements, and then record keeping, right? Keeping your records. How are you going to keep your records, right? You know, some people are old school, like me. I do both, right? I'm old school and I'm new school. You know, I want a digital record and a hard copy. You know what I mean? Because I don't trust the digital. You know what I mean? Oh, we could put it in the cloud. Oh, well, I don't trust the cloud. You know, Google might shut down tomorrow. Then what? You know what I'm saying? So you still need a hard drive, external hard drive. You know, hard copies. You know, get your file cabinet. You know, get you one of them little file. Little briefcase, little file packs. You know, they have Walmart for like $10. You know what I mean? Get you a printer. You can go to, you know, go somewhere, Staples or somewhere, and, you know, print the information or the documents off. So you have a hard physical copy that you can always go back to if you need to make copies, or you need to, you know, fax it or send it off somewhere, or, you know, you get audited, whatever. Oh, damn, I deleted that file. Shit. We just got audited. Okay, well, you got the hard copy.
I like this class.
Yeah, man. Y'all better be soaking this shit up, man. This shit ain't for my health. We gotta get our shit together, because this is the thing. I want to do business with y'all, but if y'all if I see that y'all don't know how to do good business, I can't do business with you. You ain't about to fuck my shit up if you ain't got your shit together. I don't give a fuck how fine your dogs is, nigga. I don't give a fuck how much game they is, or how much you this or that, or how good your product is, or how your slap meals is the shit, nigga. I don't give a fuck. If your shit your fans ain't in order, nigga, we can't do business. Because you not having your shit together could negatively affect me if we partner up and do business together. So now I got the IRS sniffing up in my ass because of you.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's levels to this shit, and that'll keep you. Yeah, that'll also keep you from growing or scaling your business. For instance, if you're looking for investors, right? You're looking for investors. You're looking for sponsorships, right? There is a certain criteria that they looking for, right? Certain things that you need to have in place. They're not gonna tell you. If you know, you know. They're gonna look for certain shit. If it ain't there, oh no, you know, I appreciate the offer, you know, but I'm gonna have to, you know, decline. If somebody that got way less coming to the table, way less than you, man, how the fuck they get? Damn, how they get up? Because they had their shit together. See, we like to invest in the look of, wow, he getting it, instead of investing in actually having it.
Yeah.
We want to look like we got it. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have it and not look like I have it than not have it and look like I have it.
That's a hard process to try and reverse for the most part, for the majority of us.
It is gonna be hard because you basically gonna have to retrain your fucking brain. That's literally what you're gonna have to do, because the way you think has to change. That's the only way your business is gonna change. Your business is the way it is because it's a product of you. It's your business. So if your business ain't in order, that means you ain't in order. You got to get your own. It's just, that's what I say. All this shit starts with you.
Yeah.
Are you structured? Are you disciplined enough to do what you need to do consistently? And oh damn, man, I think I want to buy that new Tesla. Oh man, you know, that Cybertruck ugly as shit, but I got to get one. Everybody got, nigga. Do you need it, or is it a want or a need? That's part of accounting too. Knowing the difference between a want and a need. And a want and a need is synonymous with an asset. It's all this shit means the same. It's just different words, but all of this shit means the same. It's no difference between a want and a need and an asset and a liability. Most of the shit that you want is like, when you really think about, most of the shit that we want is our liabilities. Keep it 100. You want that big booty joint that you seen at the gas station? That's a shit liability.
Yeah.
And you know it. You know it's your liability. But you want it. You know that car, yo, them rims, man. I want to get them rims, man. Them things look good on my truck, man. It's a liability.
Dogs are liability too. You got to be a crafty individual to make them not. So be trained. Train your brain.
Train your brain.
Yeah, it's all about you Neo. Remember yesterday I told y'all, you Neo. So really nothing is a liability and nothing is an asset. You decide whether it's an asset or a liability.
Okay.
So them rims, they could be an asset or a liability. It just determines how you make it, how you create your reality.
Tell them, Big A, the rims gotta weigh this heavy cot, this light cut out because this motor got too much power.
Nah, most people, especially with that front wheel drive, man, most people are trying to put them big wheels on there and they did nothing to the transmission.
Wait. On top of that, what the brake pads look like? Pancakes.
Man, they the stocks.
Oh, screaming, demon. They be screaming.
That's my point.
Oh,
the difference between a what and a liability, an asset, right? I'm sorry, a what or a need and an asset or a liability. These things are important, right? Saving and investment, right? Saving and investment, right? Are you putting money aside, right? Are you investing? What are you investing in, right? Is it a long-term investment, a short-term investment? Capital gains from that. What are you gonna do with that? You know, you gonna reinvest it? Or you gonna take that and put it somewhere else? All this is, and we do this shit every day. This is what I want y'all to realize. You do accounting every day, and you probably don't even realize you're doing it. When you look at your bank account, I don't care what's in that motherfucker. You know what? Damn, this is what I got. Shit, all right. I know I gotta pay this. I gotta pay that. I know this come out next week. Damn, I got it. I already paid the rent. Okay, I ain't gotta worry about that this month. I ain't gotta worry about that. It's about 4 more weeks. Okay, I gotta pay this. I gotta do this. Gotta get gas. I need food. I need this. I need that. That's accounting.
Yeah. Well,
it's nigga accounting, but it's accounting.
Yeah, and And that goes to show, man, the way we like how we do these things, man, be ass backwards, man.
Yep.
And we going off of what we know or what we think we know or what we were shown. But we go through that process, man. And the number one thing that we forget to do is pay ourselves first. Pay yourself first. And there's a lot that goes into that, man. It could be taken for a whole bunch of ways, man. But that is the number one thing you're supposed to do is pay yourself first. You going off and you paying these bills, you paying everybody getting paid. Everybody getting their money up front. Except for you. You know what I'm saying? And when I say pay yourself, I don't mean like, oh man, I needed to get this slap meal for my dog. Or, oh man, I wanted this car. I wanted that. That's not paying yourself. You feel a so-called want that you needed, but you paid somebody else. You're not paying yourself. And if you start paying yourself, then you can actually look at the pay that you're getting per se. Like, if you make let's just say you made $1,000 and your bills $980, and that's including food, everything, and all of that. You like, well, shoot, I'm gonna try to save this $20 and do what I can with this $20. Nah, man, you should have paid yourself first, then paid everybody else. And if you short, then you gonna have to learn how to get a side hustle to make up for the rest. But you gotta pay yourself first. That's very important. Yeah.
Yep. The chat kind of dry, man. It's about y'all today, man. Shit, ain't nobody shit. Don't get scared now. We talking about y'all. I'm starting to think I ain't got y'all shit together.
Yeah, that's what it be. Shit. Hey, sometimes you just gotta learn. Hey, sometimes you might have had it and then it fall off, and then it's time to redo it again.
Shoot, I'm still trying to get it together.
I'm trying to bounce back from falling off.
Yeah. So I never knew about paying yourself first until I started reading those books, like Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad Poor Dad, The Richest Man in Babylon. All three of those books say pay yourself first. They all say pay yourself first, and we don't pay ourselves first. That's what we don't do. Well, as soon as you get your check, you like, okay, I got these bills or this and this bill paid. You like, okay, all my bills are paid. Everything's paid, but you can't move forward now. So everybody else is getting their money. Everybody else is moving. Everybody else is fulfilling their dream off of whatever they sold you or whatever you got to do. You working for this money. How about this money start working for you? And we don't think about it like that. We always thinking from a standpoint like, I got to make this amount of money so I can cover this amount of space when it comes to, bills and my lifestyle and everything like that. But you're not paying yourself. You enjoying the vacation. You enjoying the car. You enjoying this and this and this and that for enjoyment of whatever you talking about fulfilling your need. But what about you? You know what I'm saying? A lot of us live check to check, week to week, and so on and so forth, man, because we living for today and not tomorrow. But I'm done. Yep. Hey, that's what you're supposed to do, Tony. Yep.
No, don't tell him that. So you ain't read it right. He said, I'm gonna overpay myself.
Yep. Hey, but I'm just saying, but think about it like this. Let's look at it like this. If you were paying yourself first, they have a formula, but we'll just break it down with $1. We're gonna do $1. Out of that $1, you're gonna take 70 cents, and 70 cents is going to go towards your bills. Then you're gonna take 15 cents, and 15 cents is going towards saving. Then you're gonna put 10 cents or emergency funds. That's your emergency funds. Then you take 10 cents and 10 cents goes to an investment. You've already set the criteria up and that for you to take care of your business. But notice we didn't talk about the food. We didn't talk about all that other stuff. And yes, the bills has to get paid. But you, out of every dollar, 10 cents is getting invested. 15 cents is going to an emergency fund. Most of us don't even think about an emergency fund. Emergency fund might be like, man, yeah, I got a rack or I got a couple of dollars or something like that. But when you start doing that stuff on a regular basis, that and you getting paid $3,000 and you start breaking that 10 cent, 15, 70, 10 cent, 15 cent, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? 15, 30 or whatever. I'm just throwing that out there, whatever. It's, you know, but because I have my own way of doing things or whatever, but that stuff starts to add up. But if you were sitting there, a lot of us be like, man, okay, I got this money sitting here. I'm gonna sit in my savings account and this and this and that, and I'm just gonna stack this money. Well, I got news for you, man, because yesterday's price ain't today's price. I could take this $100 bill, this $100 bill, that I can go down the street and buy this $100 product today for $100 flat, tax and everything. Next year, I go down the street to go buy that on the same day, the next year to go buy that one product that I would have paid $100 for, and it's $110 plus tax. So think about your money sitting in a savings account. Think about you taking $1,000 and sitting that $1,000 in a savings account, and then you going back and being like, yeah, man, I got $1,000. You know, I got maybe 2 pennies of interest on it in a full year, but I still got that rack. Well, that rack, yesterday's price ain't today's price. So that rack that you got just sitting aside of your shoebox money, that you know what I'm saying, the old school shoebox money, the little stash you got, or the savings and check-ins that you have at your bank, it's not, you're losing money. Your money is going down. It looks the same to you. It sounds the same, but go try to buy something with that same amount of money. What the wealthy do, what the financial free do, is they take each dollar and make that dollar be an employee for themselves. So when you're paying yourself, you're taking those dollars and you're making those dollars employees that work for you. It's plenty of ways to do it. But the Wall Street Trap King or whatever his name is, I follow him too, man. Me and him be on the same time. He says that you gotta have 2 of these 3 things to be successful or be on your way to being financially free. He says you gotta have real estate, you gotta have business as being an ownership of business, or you have to be in the stock market. Pick 2 out of that 3 and get into it. And we're talking about investing in yourself. So if you're talking about investing in yourself and you need to take your dollars to work for you, and you like, okay, I'm going to pay myself first, you're going to take that money and you're going to place it into an investment. And in the 2nd or 3rd chapter of The Richest Man in Babylon, this guy is found himself a mentor. And the guy's broke, and the mentor is the richest man in Babylon, and he wants to know, hey, how can I want to be wealthy like you? I want to be rich like you. I want to do my thing in the whole 9. And the richest man in Babylon says, do this job for me, which was, he just had to make some templates, use some legal work. And this is in BC, but it's like carving out templates, and he needed it done within a certain amount of time. If you can do this within a certain amount of time, I'll give you some game. Thus, that's why I always say, hey, I don't want your money. I don't want your honey. Give me the game, because it's a stick up. But anyway, so back to that. So now he's telling the dude, hey, the dude did the job for him. Now he's telling the dude, hey, okay, this is what you need to do. You need to take your money and save it for 1 year's time. Save it for 1 year's time. Then after that 1 year is up, you need to go take that money and invest it. He didn't necessarily tell him all about how to invest it, where to invest it, in the whole 9. So the guy's like, he saves his money for 1 whole year. He's got this little stack of cash, and he's like, okay, he wants to go invest it. So his homeboy is like, hey man, we could take this money and we could go. I got a lick for us. I got a lick. So his homeboy is like, man, we could go buy this jewelry. We could go to the town over to the market, and we could go sell this. You know what I'm saying? And how many of us get caught in that moonshiners deal? You know what I'm saying? A lot of us do. Got homeboys that just naive in the whole nine. So he takes his years money that he has saved up, invest with his homeboy, he go buy the jewelry, go to the next town to go sell the jewelry, and find out the jewelry not real, it's fake. They don't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't what they looking for, and he's wasted his whole year's investment on a bad investment. So he goes back to the drawing board. He back at his job. He back feeling bad and the whole nine and so on and so forth. So he comes across the richest man in Babylon. The richest man in Babylon is like, hey, it's been a year, man. What did you do? And so on and so forth. And he puts his head down. He's shaking his head or what. I shouldn't be telling y'all this. You should be reading it for yourself. But he puts his head down and he's like, he tells him the situation. And the richest man in Babylon says, now, you had that money that you saved for 1 year. What education did you have on that investment that you did? None. I had none. I had no education on that. My friend had education on that, and it sounded lucrative, so I decided to go into that. And the richest man in Babylon tells him, well, do you think that was a smart decision? Because in your loss, you learned something, but it was something that you could have learned on your own, doing your own thing. So when you take this time and we start sitting there talking about, I got this money, I got this, I got that, and you know what I'm saying? We jump out here, jump into this investment, jump into that. You see these ball players, most of them fall victim to these restaurants, to the food industry. They jump in the food industry, ain't never flipped a burger, ain't never turned fries, don't have friends that own restaurants, don't do anything, but they get talked into doing an investment in that way. It's no way you should be a millionaire and ending up broke if you have the right mindset. But anyway, so to break the story down, man, like when you start to go on this financial journey, which, I'm not wealthy, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got it all together, man. I'm out here grinding with y'all, to be honest. But when you get on this financial journey, man, like, and you start to save, the mindset is, I want my money to work for me. I don't want to work for my money. And we have that natural mindset. I got to go out there and go get it. I am a earner. And that is a good mindset, but it's not the mindset of the upper echelon. Why? You know what I'm saying? They take their money and they let their money work for them. So why would you take $1,000 if you had $1,000 or more than $1,000 and place it in a savings account to collect dust and lose value? Most of us buy these dogs to gain value or whatever the case may be. We buy these cars hoping that we can get something out of it. Even if it's a toy, you want to get something back. Why would you take your hard-earned money, the time? It's not even about the money, the time that you put in that you can't get back, and give it to the bank so they can take. And this is some word to the wise, man. Just in case y'all don't know, for every $1 that goes to the bank, if you were to walk into the bank today, and you were to have $1,000. Each dollar that you bring into that bank, you walk through the bank, you say, hey man, I just want to put my $1,000 in here, in my savings account. Bank's like, cool. The bank is awarded $10 in credit on your $1,000. So that $1,000 to the bank is worth $10,000 to them. Now I'm walking through the door right behind the person that just came through with that $1,000 to put in the savings account, and I need a $10,000 loan to start my business. So they're gonna take the credit from my $1,000 and lend me $10,000 that I gotta pay 7, 8, 17%. There ain't no telling how I'm getting ran through. I gotta pay that on that $10,000. And I'm saying all of this to show y'all that money makes money. It makes money. And we looking at it from the wrong perspective. The bank gets 10%. Now I'm coming back through the door to that bank because I got $1,000 in there, man. Yeah, I got $1,000. Hey, I need to purchase this car. I got $200 down on it. It's like a $10,000 car, man. I need like a $2,500 loan. Oh man, we can't give it to you, but if we give it to you, we're gonna give it to you at a high interest rate. Now you've taken my money, my investment that I put in this damn bank, and you gonna tell me to lend money that you already making money off of my money. I got to pay you extra money for that, and you gonna charge me extra. We got to start thinking about these things to start making it make sense. You know what I'm saying? So, and with that being said, money makes money on its own. But we in that mindset, I got to work for my money. I got to work for this money, work for the money. But they going to keep you to a certain situation where the inflation goes up and you get an increase, you get a little raise at your job, but the raise doesn't match the economy. So you caught in a rat race. How can you get ahead if you don't know how to pay yourself first? Man, I'm talking too much, bro. But go ahead, man. Yeah.
So now I want everybody to write this down, right? I'm giving y'all some homework today. Fuck that shit. Y'all think y'all gonna be turning up this weekend? Nah, niggas. Work every day, all day. It ain't nothing but work. What you just explained is called fractional reserve banking. That's what you just explained. It's called, I'm gonna say it again, fractional reserve banking. That's what Big A just explained to y'all. Write that down, look it up. Fractional reserve banking. How they take your money, multiply it, loan it out, charge interest, and make profit off your investment.
And they got insurance on your money. So if they don't pay, they still get paid.
Yep. So it's a win-win for them, for the banks.
Time out. And if the bank do a whole bunch of faulty loans and the bank has investments in stock and all that too, and let's just say they fall off, they got a bailout. Somebody gonna come save them, but with your money. All money. Yep. My bad.
And that's why we need to stop dealing with banks and become our own bank. We don't need the banks, or the banking cartels, as I like to call them, the Jesuits. Yeah. Let's say the other J word. I'm gonna call them the Jesuits because that's who they are, right? It's the same system that they were using in Germany. That's why they had to get them up out of there. Everywhere they go, this is what they do. You know what I mean? Just look at the history.
But the thing is, and I know I'll probably get persecuted for it. I know I'm probably gonna get, I know it for a fact. The way I look at that versus us is we haven't been through enough. We've been through hell and high water, but it hasn't been enough. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was, we would have had our stuff together.
Right.
But we on the work. We working on it. I see the growth. But I feel like, man, we haven't been through enough. We had Black Wall Street. It's a few and Black, and it was another Black Wall Street that a lot of people don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Like it's there. Yep. But I just don't feel like we've been through enough. Because when you start looking at, because the thing that I can say that travels with them versus us is it's not the culture. It's not the culture. It is their hardcore, bone down to the ground morals, man. They morals, dog. Because you can go anywhere in the world and they're still going to practice the same financial laws. That's where I got mine from. You can go anywhere in the world. What's up?
Big A. I just want to say that I'm trying to get him. Trying to give him what you're saying. I'm trying to cite sources so they can go and look up what you're saying. Now, what you're talking about it's called the UCC, Uniform Commercial Code. Y'all better be writing this shit down. UCC, Uniform Commercial Code. Every nation around the world, that's how we're able to do commerce, because that's what governs all commerce, right?
Yeah.
International trade.
Hey, Wayne Moon, man, that's true, man. Wayne Moon say we've been through so much, we don't even care, like, F it. But at the same time, like, that's where we at, man, and we got to get past that, man. We got to care, bro. But it's like when you been through so much and it's like you don't see any change and then you putting in so much effort and all this other stuff, you get discouraged and then you just be like, forget it, I'm just going to do me. But we got to, at some point in time, that is an icebreaker right there, living for tomorrow, not today. And I can promise you they do that. Man, you can go to their community across the world, and that's what happened in Germany. That's why they got kicked out of Germany, because they practice works. It works. Hey, pimps. Okay, so you are let's just say you are a blacksmith, right? Pimps, you a blacksmith. All right. Supreme, you are a farmer, right? So Supreme a farmer, you a blacksmith. Hey, man, hey, Mr. CEO, your father was a blacksmith, your grandfather was a blacksmith, your great-grandfather was a blacksmith, and so on and so forth. You got different branches that come out of your family, but the blacksmith trade is a family trade. It goes down from generation to generation. No matter what, that is getting passed down. Where do you think your skill level is at a blacksmith at this generation?
Right.
Where, how many generational connections do you have in the long haul?
Right.
Supreme, you a farmer, you doing the same thing. All of your kids are based off of that. Not only are both of y'all kids doing that, one of y'all kids is going to school for law, so they can manage and further the business. Now, Supreme, you got all the stuff that you would need coming out of a farm. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got you got the livestock, everything to provide for the community. The community only comes to spend with you. You got another family that's a bank. All they do is work. They work around the banking industry, from accounting to everything. Even got lawyers in the banking industry. You know what I'm saying? And these things are what a lot of other, you know what I'm saying, especially that culture, they are supreme for that. And not only that, they have strong morals when it comes to their financial base. And part of their financial base is on their book in the Torah. And they follow that to a T. They follow it to a T. And it shows. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quick said he got that. He said he got that big UCC book. You better crack that thing open, blow that dust off, crack it open.
Yeah. Hey, Wayne Moon, check this out. Yeah, that's right. He said the game they play against you is what is the problem. They are against you. Yeah, that's a fact. But check this out. I am pro bully. And I ain't talking about the dogs either. I'm pro bully. You know what I'm saying? I'm for the bullies. You know, but I'm not in a negative way. Not in a negative way. What I'm trying to say is, no matter what situation you in, I don't care what the situation is, whoever has the upper hand is going to control the situation. That's just it. Just point blank. You know what I'm saying? And we not looking at it like that. We steady pointing the finger talking about, man, they got us down, and this and this and that. And it's true. They do. You know what I'm saying? Foot on the neck and all, man. I don't care what anybody say. It is what it is, man. We can try to sugarcoat it, whatever. But it's not an excuse for us to not be able to get it together, because the odds are already against us, point blank. And like I say, I'll give you another perfect example. The Alphabet crew. And I ain't talking about the Alphabet Boys. I'm talking about the LBG, whatever they got, all they
ABC
whatever.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, let's go back to the 80s. In the 80s, 70s, they kind of had some power, whatever, but in the 80s, it was a shutdown. They getting whooped at bars, all types of stuff. They almost had to go underground. They was getting bullied. They have the upper hand now. who ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, right? Because now you looking at, no matter where you look, you can look at cartoons. You got to watch your kids. You got to watch your kids. You got to watch what they watching on TV because they always going to have some funny business going on. It don't matter what name your favorite series, your favorite show, your favorite movie, it's going to have some of that in there. That is bullying. You forcing this on the public. You forcing the narrative. They got the gun now. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. So I'm pro-bully, man. I'm for the ones that's going to do the right thing. You know, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? They go along with nature. But at the same time, man, they got the upper hand. And they going to try to make sure they keep the upper hand. You can't blame them. Because at the end of the day, if the tables were turned, you think we would? So I think, like, at the same time, man, we looking at and everything that I'm saying, man, please take it at face value, man, because this is just my opinion. It's nobody else's opinion up here. It's just mine. But I think that, man, until we start to look for tomorrow, man, we stuck it. And that's what they want, bro. Hey, Wing Moon, that's what they want when they playing their game against us. They want us to keep living for today. Yep. RGB Lone Wolf say, y'all peep how it's coming out the Pope that Leo has ancestry from Haiti and Creole roots from Louisiana. Some of the family took the pass route complexion for protection, and some identified as colored. And that's real, man. I heard that too. I just didn't know too much about it.
Hold up. Now, he see, Lone Wolf knows some shit. He knows some shit. Now, I peeped the Lone Wolf, and it's a reason that's going on. A lot of a lot of people of European descent, right, are going to be trying to claim, as they've been doing currently, because they're not Americans, so they have to
name off of somebody else's name.
Yeah, they have to though, because that's the only way they can steal your birthright, right? They had to claim to be you. But the only way they could do that is if you don't know that you're you and they're who they are. So, in order to tie them back to the land so they don't get deported, because they're the true, we're not foreigners here, right? We were colonized. We're POWs. We're not descendants of slaves. We're descendants of POWs. We've been prisoners in our own land. We've been taught to believe that we were brought from somewhere else, which, if that was the case, then if they don't want us here, they could have been deported, right? Why haven't they? Because they can't. Where they gonna send us to? This is where we from. So, but the piggyback off what Wayne was saying, yes, the Haitian. If you know the history behind Haiti, even the Creole language, like Illinois, people don't think that's Creole. What's another one? Mississippi. Right, that's Creole. Louisiana. When you talk about the Louisiana Purchase, right? These were different tribes of Moors who, man, I don't want to go too deep into it to knock off. We're supposed to be talking about accounting, but it's a lot of history to unfold there, and it's a reason why he's trying to claim that ancestry, because that ties him back to the land, which would tie him back into the Moorish Empire, right? Yeah. Like I say, Rome is done. Rome is falling, Babylon is falling. We just watching the rubble burn at this point. You know what I mean? It's over. I'm talking and I'm speaking of parables, but if you know, you know. Rome is done. It's over. The Colosseum don't work. It's fires in the street. It's anarchy. It's over. The control, the magic that they had over us, the spell that they had on us, and it's the mental gymnastics that they put us through. It's not working anymore. None of the games, none of the fake events, and I'm just waiting to hear alien invasion. I think they already tried that. That didn't work. They got drones and it's aliens and that didn't work. So they just keep trying, bro. Everything that come out, I just laugh, because it's like they like, dang, how can we get them back? We losing them. We losing them. I'm like, you lost us. You lost us. It's over. Yeah. Hey, man. Everything feeds off of us. Everything. Yeah. We are the pulse to the universe. Without us, everything dies. Literally. Yeah. Yep. Literally.
Yep. Tony say everybody waiting on Jesus. You know,
They're gonna keep waiting. Your granddaddy, your grandma, your great-grandma, your great-great-grandma, they was waiting on Jesus to come back, save them. Y'all keep on waiting on Jesus. Jesus done. Jesus over with. We ain't under the age of Pisces no more. He fed the loaf of y'all gotta learn. You gotta read the Bible too. See, y'all reading that Bible thinking these people really existed. Jesus ain't nothing but the son.
Hey, but man, I'm Christian though, bro. I am Christian.
That's fine, but you need to know the truth.
Yeah.
You need to know what you really reading. That's an astrology book. None of them people really existed.
Yeah.
Jesus traveled around with his 12 disciples. Jesus represented Pisces. That's why if you read in Matthew at the Last Supper, they said, well, when you die, who do we follow? He said there will be a man that will enter the village bearing a pitcher of water. Follow him in the house that he go in it. What's the next sign in the zodiac sign after Pisces? Aquarius. What is the symbol of Aquarius? A man pouring out a pitcher of water. So all he was saying was, once the Pisces period.
How old is that?
How old is what?
The like, what's it called, man? Taurus and all that stuff. What's that called, man?
Zodiac.
The Zodiac.
Yeah, Zodiac. Yeah. How old is those zodiacs?
The Zodiac is ancient, man. It's ancient.
Yeah.
That's ancient Kemet.
Yeah.
It's ancient. It's beyond Kemet. It's
ancient.
Yeah.
Sumerians, it is beyond Kemet. What's the fish people? The Dogons and all that. They've been had all this knowledge. This ain't nothing new. But it's been used. Our enemies are using this. This is our knowledge. We taught it to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is the history that they ain't gonna teach us this stuff. Why would they teach you about you so you can use it against them? Come on now.
Yeah.
The Mayan calendar, all that. How do you think that, bro? All this shit, man. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. We are in the age of Aquarius now. Jesus is done. You've seen it yourself. T.D. Jakes, a faggot, he falling out on stage. It's over. Mm-hmm. What's the name? Just held everybody ransom, kidnapped everybody in church. Like, nigga, give it up. It's a stick up. Y'all got that money.
Yeah.
Church is done.
Oh. Yeah.
We under the age of Pisces now. I mean, the age of Aquarius now. Pisces is done. All right, I'm gonna give you this. This is the last Bible lesson. We're supposed to be talking about accounting. Now, when Moses came off the Mount Zion with them 10 commandments, right?
Mm-hmm.
What were the Israelites doing? They was worshiping the golden calf, right?
Yeah.
That's Taurus.
Okay, I'm following you.
That's Taurus. The bull, the golden calf, the bull. That's Taurus, right?
Yeah.
We ain't under the age of Taurus no more. That was Abraham. Abraham represented Taurus. We ain't under Abraham. We ain't under Abrahamic law no more. We under the new thing. Moses represented the ram. That's why he wrestled the ram. He freed the ram out the bush and wrestled the angel.
Hey, time out. So you say the law. No, I'm just asking questions, man. I only ask questions because I'm curious. I'll go do my own research for my own, man.
Bro, all you gotta do is pull up the Zodiac. Go on Google the Zodiac, right?
Yeah.
The full Zodiac, and just follow the alignment. Go all the way back to Abraham, right? Yeah. Taurus, and keep going. It goes right up to Abraham, then Moses, right? And it keep going Taurus. You just keep going following it. Oh, and think about the prophets who the Bible talks about in that era or that time period. Yeah. Right? All the way up to Jesus, who represents Pisces. Remember, he fed the people with the 2 fish and the loaf of bread.
Yeah. Hold on. I was trying to text something, so I'm listening, but I might have missed something. But hold on, look. So what I'm saying is, you said the old law.
Hold on, pause, bro. Pause, but we got to get Lone Wolf up here because he keep playing, man.
Huh?
Lone Wolf playing.
Yeah.
Lone Wolf know all this shit. He playing,
man. Like, I know, man. Hey, man, I'm gonna say with all of y'all anyway. I found out, I went and did my research on what y'all wouldn't tell me yesterday. And I found, I know what it is, and I found something out. And now, on the cool, man, on the cool, guess what? You want to know what it is? I ain't telling y'all. How about that? You know what I'm saying?
Tell me, bro. I don't be on that with you. I don't be on that with you.
My time, bro.
Hey, bro, what you done did to Big A, bro?
Hey, time out, because the thing is, I already knew it. All I wanted you to do was you just prank me, man. Just all, you know what I'm saying? For real, just tell me. Like, I knew that. I knew that. I thought it was something more than that. It was like something I might not have known. Yeah. Yeah, no, but hold up, Tom, my bad, Supreme. But hold up, Tom, we got to go back to this law, man, because it's something I'm missing or something I need to look into. But time out. So you said the time of Abraham was Taurus, and that is the old law. So are you saying each sign has a law?
Each sign has so each sign is governed. That era is governed by that sign, right? So it's certain frequencies or I don't want to go too deep into the esoterics, but it's governed by certain things, right? So when you all right, we under the age of Aquarius now. The age of Aquarius is the age of information. That's why everybody's getting exposed. All the shit that's being done in the dark is coming to the light now.
Yeah.
There's no more secrets. That all the secret societies are done. Everything's getting exposed. Everybody's snitching. Everybody telling. Why? Because they under the Aquarian light. They can't help it. As above, so below.
Yeah.
Whatever goes on in the heavens is going to reflect down here. So that's all you seeing.
Yeah.
That's why people be like, oh, so and so touched my butt 50 years ago. It's like, but why you done held it in for 50 years? Now all of a sudden you can't hold it in no more. Why?
Yeah. Yep.
They under the Aquarian light. They can't help it. As above, so below.
Yeah. Tony said this ain't no cool ish to be born into. Bull ish. If you ask me, puzzles it is. He say in your lifetime, you bottom of the totem pole. I ain't impressed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But you're not at the bottom of the totem pole. You mentally you're at the bottom. See, this all reflects on what I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? It's all mental. Nothing is good, nothing is bad. Everything is perspective, right? You can lose your virginity, it could be the best experience of your life. Or you can lose your virginity, it could be the worst experience of your life. It's all perspective. It's all how you interpret it.
Yeah.
You determine what's good and bad. You determine what's right and what's wrong. You God.
Mm-hmm.
You determine what you create your reality. Ain't no outside something, no ghost up in the sky and some red man with horns and a pitchfork put niggas on a skewer and shit and it down in the ground. No, that's the bullshit we was told to keep us scared and keep us out of certain books and keep us out of certain information. Oh, don't deal with that. That's the devil. That's evil. Don't mess with that. But yet they practice it. And they
I want to speak on that too, bro. Especially when you got like some down south roots. Like let your mama side be from down south, and every time you pop up with like a new idea or a new, you know what I'm saying, something new, they try and instill that fear in you with that old Negro slave mentality, that old Negro spiritual. I'd be like, bro, go miss me with that, mom.
You can't do that.
Love you, mom.
Nigga. You can't do that. That white man ain't gonna let you do. Like, what you mean let? There ain't nobody letting me. I do what the fuck I want to do, and I deal with. But this what I'm saying, y'all. I deal with this shit every fucking day, every day. The average person that knows me, if they be honest, if I ain't around, because they ain't gonna be honest if I'm present. But if I ain't around and you ask them, like, bro, what you think about Jeff? I'm like, man, that nigga crazy as hell.
My name is Jeff.
Man, that nigga crazy as hell, man. I don't know what the fuck wrong with that. That nigga be tripping. But that's the perspective that they have of me is because my mentality is different from theirs.
Yeah.
Just like how they looked at Neo and was like, this nigga different. Like, he can fly, he can do. Nigga, you can fly too. You can stop bullets too.
Yeah.
The only thing that's stopping you is you. First, belief is the first step, bro. That's children. Belief. That's the first step is belief.
Yeah, family from Okaloosa.
Now once you go beyond belief, now you know. You understand, you have overstanding and understanding. You know. It's not that I don't believe in God. I know I'm God.
Yeah.
So when Kanye say certain shit, people are like, oh, this nigga's crazy. Why do you view him as being crazy?
Yeah.
Because you can't put him in a box. You can't qualify him. You can't, okay, I never heard this information he's saying, so ain't nobody else ever talked about this shit, so he must be crazy talking out his head. No, you just don't understand what the fuck he's talking about. So since you don't understand and your ego won't allow you to exceed, you judging him, you judging the information based off the messenger.
Yeah.
Now his delivery may not be the best. It may be a confusing or a jumbled up delivery, but a lot of the shit that he be saying is accurate and true.
Yeah.
But if you don't know, you don't know. It'll go right over your head. They just chuck it up as, oh, he just being Kanye. That's what y'all think.
Hey, he said he said he can't, he don't believe what he's saying. That's why he can't fly either. Nah, I feel you though, Tony, man. Tony say he from his family from Louisiana, Opelousas, Louisiana, man. He don't mess with them racists. He say up to his grandma. Yeah. It be like that, man.
That colorism and racism and prejudice, all that stems from something too. It's deeper than what people even understand. And once you know the truth about all this shit, bro, I'm telling you, all that angry black man shit is out the window. Because then you're gonna have a full understanding about why. Because this is my perspective on it now, bro. I would hate me too. If I was me, knowing what I know now, me being who the fuck I am, and descending from who I descend from, I would hate me too.
Why?
Because I'm the shit.
What?
You the shit. We all the shit. But y'all don't know it.
Right. What I'm saying is, like, what's the purpose to hate on somebody who the shit? Yeah,
you ain't the shit. It's envy, jealousy, covetous, right? It's natural. It's natural human. When you see somebody, man, look at this nigga, man, fuck him, man. He getting all the big.
Nah, what I'm saying is, like, okay, check this out. All right, what's the richest dude who ever walked the earth in history, documented? I guess you could say the African king who would walk around and tossing gold everywhere he went, right? You know what I'm talking about? What's his name?
Mansa Musa.
Yeah. Okay. You have him on that status. He had a whole bunch of haters in Europe. They hated him to death, and man, they hated his guts in Europe, right? But you speak of, and I know of them, but you speak of all of these great nations that came prior to, and what you think they hate, and you think that they're hating because they think that we are consistently capable of recreating those scenarios.
Okay, ask the question again.
God, dog, boy.
He said, do you think we could be Mansa Musa again? That's why they hate on us, because we got the potential to be Mansa Musa again.
Do you think? I mean, well, I'm not just him, but I mean, even the you know the generations before him, the what do you call it? I forgot.
The Ozzy Brothers.
Yeah, yeah, like the civilization, the great.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So you asking me, do I think that we could ever reach that pinnacle again? Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm not that pinnacle, but what I'm saying is that is, to me, he had his own damn near civilization that was built off of that. You know what I'm saying? How else would you accumulate that power, that wealth? And there has been times before that where we have excelled in areas doing things that are highly above the time in the in the whole nine. Do you think that is why we are held back as a whole, because we can consistently or we have consistently done that? For example, moving up to Black Wall Street, they came out of nothing. You understand? Yeah. When I say it came out of nothing, let me break it down for you so I can break down out of nothing. You talking about a time where the majority of the masses, when it came to us, couldn't read, period. And not only the majority of the masses, when it came to us, the majority of Americans in general couldn't read, and they had the access to read. And yet we created Black Wall Street out of nothing. You see what I'm saying? So
okay, well, hold on, because it wasn't out of nothing. Because that's what I'm
saying.
No,
I mean it wasn't out. It wasn't out of nothing. It was a whole bunch to go to.
Hold on, because this is the thing. We always had money, and that's what we don't. Because it's certain eras and it's certain years and it's certain information that's missing that we weren't taught, right? And you got to piece all this shit together, right?
Yeah.
It's not like it's one piece of literature or book that you can read that just gives you from where we fell as a nation of people to now. It's broken up, and it's all you got to be in this book for this era or this 10 years and then 20 years over here in this book, and then this book talks about this book talks about that, this book talks about this era, this book, and then we were under different jurisdictions. We went under different names, right? And we've been taught that so when we hear about certain cultures or certain what's the word I'm looking for? Certain
okay.
Hold on. So, all right, so I'm gonna just say the names, right? For instance, when do you think about your ancestors when you hear the word Ottomans?
No, I know what you say. I know what you're saying,
that's
but
your ancestor. Do you
but
think about your ancestors
I'm gonna break that.
Turk?
I'll break that all the way. No, I'll break that all the way down. I got you on that. But I wanted to jump to Tony real quick. Tony says sometimes I feel like we're just breeders trying to reach and represent some stuff from 8 generations back, and we ain't that. Yeah, Tony, that's true and that's false. But you gotta hold on. Let me finish, man. Let me finish, bro. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Let me get it out. So like yes and no, but that's what I was saying about the other the as he say the J people or whatnot. How you know what I'm saying? The one thing that we don't have compared to everybody else is a direct tie to our lineage. The majority of us, our lineage is going to start right here in America. And let's not, and looking at it from a broad perspective, we were here before Columbus came. So there is that. But we don't have a tie to our lineage. So therefore, we are a lost we the lost. Because we have nothing to go back and reach to. But they try to make us feel like, hey, get over it. Slavery, get over it, get this and this, get over it. But the fact of the matter is, you can go to a different culture, a different skin color, a different background, and they can trace I know people that can trace their generation all the way back to the Mayflower, then past the Mayflower and go all the way back and past there. And a lot of those families have a different sense of pride and direction to them. Just saying. And then when you come here and you start, let's go back 4 or 5 generations. If you can, it's going to lead to one place. We all know where that is. And if it ain't, you going to be lost. So we left to go to, what's that thing where they taking your DNA to try to figure out where you this and that and what section you come from? While a lot of these other cultures have they got their own pedigree. And they can hold they can stand on top of a table, hold that pedigree up, and the paper's gonna touch the ground.
Yeah, we got mama did that ancestry.
You know what I'm saying?
I was like, I'm straight.
Yeah, we got half. Yeah, we got half a sheet over here. You know what I'm saying? But I could go to such and such, and just like I was saying about the blacksmith, we could go back 8 generations, and you can say, oh yeah, my father or my great grandfather, he started this company, he did this and he did that, and he built this off of this and this and this and that. Most of us start from ground zero every single generation. Yeah, but go ahead, man.
Now to what you saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's my point. We don't know the full history, and that's why we're in the condition we in now. Yeah. Hosea 4:6. This is my favorite scripture in the whole book, right? The whole heliotheque, the whole Bible. Hosea 4:6. It says, "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, and since thou rejectest knowledge, I will also reject thee." So we are a destroyed people. We are not in the favor of our God, right? Which is our ancestors, right? Because your mother is really God. Your mother gave birth to you. That's who raised you. That's who birthed you. That's who fed you. That's who nursed you. that's who created you, right? That's who brought you into this world, into this realm, in this dimension. So you honor your foremothers and forefathers. That's in the Bible too. Honor thy forefathers and foremothers, that your days will be long upon the earth lane. How are we honoring our forefathers and foremothers? No, we don't even know who the fuck they are.
Hold on, time out. Hey, Tony. Hey, bro, you my partner, man. Like, hey, man, look, Tony, man, I got nothing but love for you, man. I would love to have you in my circle, because I don't like yes, man, all that stuff, man. Tell me my shit stink when it stink, and feel how you feel, partner, man. We cool, man. Ain't nobody mad at you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, but continue, man.
But nah, that's Tony. That's why I wanted to make this platform, man, because I'm a wealth of information, but what good is it if I'm keeping it to myself?
Yeah, man. I don't be tripping off.
You know what I mean,
man? Yeah.
Because that's why we in the conditions we in, because they're what you would call they're gatekeepers, right? There's ones who have this information, i.e. Farrakhan and all the, the ones that, got the 501c3 agreements, with the federal government and behind doors deals and shit, backdoor deals and shit like that to keep us asleep, right? And pacify us and keep us asleep, so they get a kickback, and the powers that be can continue doing what they're doing. And that's the issue as well. That's why I was like, I don't really deal with religion. I deal with the science, right? The isms. Yeah. I don't deal with the religion. The word religion means to restrain or to bond, to hold back. I don't want nothing held back from me.
Yeah.
Right? So I want the truth. I want to know what y'all know. I want to know the science. Don't teach me the baby shit. I can eat steak. I don't want the milk.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Nah, for real. Yeah. Hey, Wayne, man, it'd be a whole bunch of questions you gotta ask yourself in life, man. Yeah.
No, that's the thing, and I'm happy he asked that, because I always wondered, I got certain family members that are, pastors and bishops and preachers, and most of them they act uncomfortable around me. Most of them, they block me or unfollow me on social media. I have certain pictures and certain videos with certain individuals and certain organizations or groups that are well versed in certain knowledge or certain information, and I'm pretty sure they know who these people are and what they know, and so I'm pretty sure they know if I'm neck to neck, shoulder to shoulder with these people, well, he must know this shit too, and if he knows what I know, then he can expose me. He's a threat.
Yeah.
He can blow my whole spot, and this is what I mean when I be talking about the magic trick. We keep falling for the magic trick. Yeah. But the magic don't work. Once you hip, the magic don't work on you. And I'm gonna revert back to yesterday's live, The Matrix. Yeah. It's a magic trick. The agents really don't have no power over you. It's mental. They're not even real. They're programs. You're a real flesh and blood person. You upload your mind into this alternate reality. Yeah. So you can mold it into whatever you want it to be, because you're real. They're fake. They're not real. Real can't deal with the fake. It's a lot of symbology in that Matrix movie, right? But this is what I be talking about. Everything is mental, bro. Everything. So if you broke or your life ain't where you wanted to be, it's your fault.
Hey, you know what?
Because you manifest your reality.
Hey, you ever heard of that book? And it's a DVD called The Secret.
Yep.
Hey, so look, I'm at a time in my life, man, where it's like it's whatever, man. I'm with whatever, man. It don't matter what it is. I'm with whatever. And I got it's that negative mindset, and it's that negative mindset. And somebody was like, man, hey, being around my people, whatever, they're like, man, hey, man, check this out. It's The Secret. And I got stuff on my mind. Man, I got some bad stuff on my mind, man. And I popped that thing in, and I'm going through the, watching the first little bit, and it says, man, whatever you think or whatever you speak, it goes out into the universe. Out into the universe. I said, damn, I clicked that off and popped it out, man, because it just scared the shit out of me. So then I was thinking, man, I was like, oh man, this is all bad. Like I ain't never pick it up again, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I could probably watch it now, though. Hey, you talking about shook that shit, man? That shook me to my core, man. Cause yeah.
They talking about in the comments. It's supposed to be about them today. We've been going there. I'm trying to see what they talking about.
Yeah, Wayne Moon say he turned the power off, man. Hey, check this out, man. The more AI starts to become a must-have or must-use or in our day-to-day usage, like the cell phone worked its way into what it is today, man, I think the thing that's going to be the gold mine is organic. Just the plain organic stuff, man. Because everything just going to be so digital and so fake. We're going to be wanting to get back to that real, man. But I don't know. Yeah. Hey, what you say? Hemi say race is biased and natural. And Lone Wolf said race, religion, and politics are constructs to use to keep us divided. That is the biggest fact I've heard, man. Yeah. Right. Tony said, right, I'm too objective, and I'm a analyst by trade, so I be having to know as much info as possible. I don't go, but I'm a gambler too with it myself. Yeah, I remember you said you a scientist, bro. I'll be looking. Yeah.
Nah, that's what's
hey,
up. Yeah.
Quick
but Tony, that's what you're supposed to do, Tony. That's what you're supposed to do, man.
Quick FC got FC7 got a question for you, man. He say, give us something on navigating through the court system, bro. Hey, quick FC, man, give us a little detail on what side are you talking about? Because the court system is a broad spectrum, man. You gotta give us kind of like you talking about like criminal court? What you talking about? Business court? Yeah. For real, man. They only deserve it, Wayne Moon. You say only give a midget stripper half the money for a dance, man. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, he gonna have to tell. Yeah, I gonna tell her I'm only giving you half because you met half my expectations. Yeah. Man.
So yeah, navigating through the courts. I'm assuming. I don't know if he's talking about traffic court, which doesn't exist. Ain't some such thing as traffic court.
I'm thinking criminal.
So you have civil, and you have a court of equity. All right, are you talking about equity court?
Family court. It's a whole bunch of courts.
So I'm just I don't know. That was a broad question, but I'm assuming he's talking about criminal cases. So in that aspect, you definitely need to understand the UCC codes, because basically with a criminal case, they're basically suing you. They're saying you're in. This is what y'all got to understand. Everything is contractual. Everything. Your birth certificate, right, is a contract. Your social is a contract, right? And every contract that you sign after that, it falls under that original contract, which is your birth certificate, which is a bond. That's why if you notice, you have your certificate of live birth, and then you have your birth certificate. Now, the birth certificate never has the date that you were born on it, right? It has the date that it was issued.
Mm-hmm.
But your birth certificate has all the information: your mom, your dad's, the address, the date of birth date, the age, all that. But if you notice also on there, it has your mother listed not as the mother, but the informant. And we all know what an informant is. So all of our mothers are snitches.
the debriefer.
Yep. So
the debriefer.
Basically, when you were born, that's what I said, verbiage is key, right? Basically what they did is we're under maritime law, right? So when he asked about courts, right? The courts, and when you walk into the courtroom, that's why they have the I forgot what it's called when you board the ship. What that is when you open the little door thing and board the ship. I forgot what that's called. But when you open that little wood thing and you walk in, right? That's basically symbolic of you boarding the ship, which means you're stepping into their jurisdiction, which is maritime jurisdiction, which is the law of the seas. But we're on land. So what they did, they brought the law of the seas onto land. On land, it's supposed to be common law. So you need to know, first off, you're talking about court, you need to know what jurisdiction you're under or you're in, right? Because I've been through this myself. Went to jail, all this shit, you know, because I'm trying to stand on my square and I got a triangle. So this is what I'm saying. You got a lot of people out here that's, you know, giving out, you know, I'm not going to say it's false information, but I would say it's incorrect information, right? What they're saying is not wrong, but the way, the structure of it and the execution of it is incorrect. There's certain things you need to have in place before you even think about stepping into a courtroom or filing some paperwork with the county or on the record or whatever, right? Sending letters off and trying to claim shit or anything. You need to have your status corrected first, right? On the record. And it's a certain way to do that, right? So it's a lot of false information out here. Well, I'm sorry, not false. It's a lot of incorrect information out here, right? So just like I say, make sure your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted before you do anything, right? Because I don't want nobody, oh man, I did what you said, man, this happened, that. Nope, I've been there, done that. That's why I just give out, I give out information, I cite my sources. So it's up to you. You got to do the work. Ain't nothing gonna happen overnight. I don't know why everybody think, oh, my whole life I've been broken. Now I know this and that. I can go file this and now I'm rich. No. You got work to do. It's not gonna happen overnight. You didn't get into this fallen state overnight. It took generations for you to get to where you at. You think in your generation in 6 months, you about to gain everything you lost from 4 generations ago. No. Everything that we lost, you got to regain. So you might not even see the fruits of your labor in your lifetime. Your children might not see it. It might be their children or 4 generations later that they might reap the fruits of that labor. But that's the sacrifice we got to be willing to make. The Rothschilds, the Bilderbergs, the DuPonts, the Rockefellers, the 13 families, the Council of 300, all these motherfuckers, the 1%, the people that they call the 1%. How did they become the 1%? They sacrificed. For they had a generational plan. That's why it's called generational wealth. Generational, plural, not one. Oh yeah, I'm gonna acquire all this money, and for generations after me, we gonna be good. Hell no, who the fuck? Ain't nobody ever done that shit. But it starts with you. You putting the work in with your selfish ass. That's another thing too. We gotta stop being selfish. We want, oh man, I'm living for me. Well, your parents live for them too, and their parents live for them. And look at where it got it. Look where it got us. Now we dumb as shit, don't know nothing, living in poverty, trying to figure this shit out, getting fucked over left and right, and ain't got a clue. While everybody else winning. So I'm all for it. Get rid of DEI, get rid of all that shit. Section 8, no benefits, none of it. Because what it's gonna do is gonna force us to come back together as a nation of people. Family's gonna come back. All this shit, all niggas ain't shit, and all these bitches ain't, all that gonna be out the window. Because the women gonna realize, God damn it, I need a man. The men gonna realize, God damn it, I need me a wife, I need me a woman. The children gonna fall back in line. Everything is gonna go back in line. Everybody too comfortable in their oppression.
Super comfortable.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why we in the condition we in. So I don't want to hear shit, motherfucker. Oh, we went through, we grew up rough. Bro, that's your parents' fault. That's their parents' fault. Let's keep it 100. If they would have did what they had to do and they would have sacrificed, not getting high and drunk and going to the club, going to the juke joint, whatever the fuck they was wasting their money and time on, some bullshit. There wasn't acquiring assets, wasn't gaining knowledge, interest, wasn't trying to learn their nationality, their history, finances, none of that shit. That's why you have certain family members that have this information. This information wasn't lost. It's just not shared. I know certain family members, the shit that I'm talking about, they know this shit. But they're not going to talk to me about it because they done took certain oaths, right? They involved with certain organizations or certain fraternal orders, so they can't speak on certain things. because they made agreements, contracts. I told you everything's contractual. They made certain contracts with certain individuals or certain groups to not speak on certain matters. And you can't take it personal. You, oh man, fuck them. They ain't family, man. How they gonna do that? Bro, it is what it is. If you know, you know. But right now, I'm telling y'all, the ball is in our court. We ball. What do you say? What did Snow? He say on Snow on the Bluff? Fuck them. We ball. It's over. It's over. The world as we know is done. It's our time now. But niggas are still trying to hold on to that old, we shall overcome. Nigga, we have, it's over. Fuck what you talking about? Everything is wide open. All industry. Everything. You can do your own international trade with China. Fuck you going through, fuck Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck FDA or whatever the fuck that shit is. You can create your own entity and you can do business with international trade with China or another entity or business or corporation in China yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You can do business. You can do your own. Why we don't need nobody for nothing. Nothing. And the sooner that niggas realize that shit, the faster we can start getting this money and getting, start rebuilding. Because it's over for them, bro.
Yeah.
You know what? When you asked me earlier, you said, all right, the Mansa Musa thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said, like, how can we get back to that or close to that? I'm going to tell you how. And it's the easiest way. Stop doing business with anybody that's not you. If it's not of your nation, your nationality or people, only do business with them. That's what the Jews do.
Yeah.
If you ain't a Jew, you goyim. Goyim, you food. It's haram to charge. A Jew cannot charge another Jew interest. But if you ain't a Jew, he can charge you. But we are the true Jews. I ain't gonna get into all that. But if you ain't Jewish, they can tax you. So we need to do the same thing. If you ain't one of us, you getting taxed. But we not even gonna do business with you at all. This is how we gonna corner the monopoly. You read Rich Dad Poor Dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, what was the name of the game in Monopoly? What's the goal of Monopoly? What is a monopoly?
I mean, it's a capitalist board.
Right, but what is the goal in the game of Monopoly?
To capitalize and take over the entire board. You shut everybody out.
All the assets. You want all the assets. So I'm knocking out all. There is no competition. I am the competition.
Yeah.
I own everything, so it doesn't matter who you. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's what they.
Hey. Yeah. Hey,
hold on. Hear me out. I'm about to finish up. But so, just how the Rothschilds, the Bilderberg, all these the 13 families, just like how they did, and they cornered the market. Yeah. They have a monopoly on the world. Well, ain't the world, but this country, this economy. We can do the same thing by only do it because we hold it. We are the economy. If we don't spend it, we don't buy it. It don't move. Period. Yeah. So if we say, all right, well, we only spending our dollars with us, bro. Everybody going out of business. They already going out of business.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. It's over. We only spending with us.
So
instead of Louis Vuitton making $1 million this month, my clothing brand making $1 million this month.
Yo, brothers.
Hey, what's happening?
I got a question, man. How many hours does the dollar stay in the black community? Number one.
Man, not long.
No. Just hear me out, brothers.
I heard. I know that.
I know
it's less than an hour.
What I'm gonna say, right?
Yeah, it's less than an hour. It's less than an hour.
Now you're speaking upon the small hats. How many hours does the dollar stay in their community?
Yeah, less than an hour.
I think in the Jewish community,
no, it's much more than an hour.
Oh, you talking about I thought you were still talking about us. My bad.
I'm talking about the small hats.
It comes and it stays. It stays. They have their own banking system. They have everything in order to manipulate and use the money to benefit their position. If I get a check, let's say I work for a construction company or whatever, and I get my check, I'm going to go cash my check at my bank, which is a Jewish bank. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you think Hitler was able to use the small hats that were in Germany as a scapegoat following World War I, right? Following when the world put sanctions on Germany, right? So Germany saw an increase in poverty in their community, right? They saw an increase in unemployment. They saw an increase in all type of stuff, right? Now the small hats, being who they are, you know, they exist within that society for their own benefit, meaning they doing predatory lending, meaning that they opening up businesses and only hiring their own, meaning that they are actually existing in that society as almost, I don't want to say a parasite because you can't say they wrong, you know what I'm saying? But that's the structure that they have. Yep. You know what I mean? And that's why
it's called usury.
Usury. Yeah, it's called usury.
Now you funny as shit too. You funny as shit because I get it now. For everybody who didn't understand what he said, when he talking about small hats, he talking about the J people.
Yeah, I know who you said. I know who you said.
Shut down, right? Them people that can get you shut down, even mentioning them. You know, you can talk about get on here and say, yeah, I want to kill 1 million niggas. I shot 2 niggas last night. I did this. You can say that all day, and no censoring, no nothing. You even say the small hats name, nigga. This channel might be shut down tomorrow.
Well, the way I look at it, man, like I don't even be getting into all that. It is what it is, man. Like I say, man, whoever's up is gonna control the narrative all the way around the board. You know what I'm saying? And they not gonna let anybody in. You know what I'm saying? That's a natural thing.
But look, nigga, this what I'm saying.
Hold up. But what I take from it is, okay, this formula that they have has consistently worked for centuries. Consistently, you can pick them up and drop them off anywhere in the world, and it works. So I need to be studying what are they doing,
right?
Because either way, no matter what, no matter how, no matter how, I know, but no matter what they do, no matter what they do, no matter how bad they do it to everybody else or whatever the case may be, they consistently win every time, or no matter where you put it at. Damn near, you could not put it on them, but damn near put, World War II. They was if not the most important part of World War II. Good or bad, no matter how you look at it as a puzzle piece, that was a major factor in World War II. And we're not looking at the fact, what is the formula?
Now, what is AIPAC? Is anyone here familiar with that?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the fact that the small hats, have so much influence on American policy that we send them billions of dollars in tax dollar aid? You know what I'm saying? We send them weapons. We send them all of this stuff.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
But when we ask for even reparations, right? Everybody gets upset about it. People start getting uncomfortable. They start turning red. They start deflecting. They start spewing logical fallacies. But ask me why it's okay for us to send billions to the small hats, to a foreign nation. That's the power of lobbying. That's the power of lobbying. That's the power of having people that, you know what I'm saying, can contribute to these politicians' campaigns, you know what I mean? And then once they get in there, now they beholden to you, right? Because you help them get in there. You know what I'm saying? And it's deep, man. It's real deep. I had went off on Hemi earlier because the brother Ween said something to the effect of the APBT and the black man have something in common or something like that. And Hemi said something to the effect of, man, you in America, what you complaining about? And it's like, don't try to silence a brother for speaking a fact. You know what I'm saying? Especially in a space such as this, because it comes off as arrogant, it comes off as entitled, and also comes off to me as almost like a superiority type of complex. Now, I just seen you in the chat say that something about racial bias is natural.
Who you talking about?
Talking about him.
Yeah, it is natural. You know what I'm saying? It is.
But listen, for you to acknowledge that, right? So that means you acknowledging the existence of it. But when Wayne Moon says something to the effect of it, you portrayed it as almost ludicrous that he would say it, right? So what is your intent? If you understand that something exists and if somebody points to the existence of it, you try to silence them. What is your intent? You know what I mean? Why would you do that? If you know it exists, why would you take offense or make it seem like somebody's irrational for speaking on it if you know it exists?
Yeah, but you know, I know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I get it, man. But like there's, you know, I was for y'all in the chat to handle, man. However y'all handle it back, you know what I'm saying? But hey, we passed way past the hour mark. We're almost on 2 hours, man. I gotta get this dog to work, man. I gotta work this dog, man. Yeah. Hey man, salute, man. Appreciate y'all stopping by, man. We're gonna get more to it and back to it tomorrow at 9:30 a.m., man. And on 9:30 on Saturdays is our overflow. So all these conversations that we've had throughout the week, man, we're gonna carry it over to Saturday, man, and we're gonna have at it. So Solo, man, keep that thought, man. We'll be back tomorrow with it, bro. You know, salute to everybody in the chat, man. I hope we made the day go by smoother, man. Hey, we ain't all gonna agree on the same thing, man, but we still here to let our voice be heard and say what we gotta say, man. It is what it is.
That's what
man.
I want. That's what
you know
I
what
want.
I'm saying? It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, look, man, we all here, man. We all in the same space, and that's a beautiful thing to begin with, man. So we just gonna leave it at that, man. You know, but man, you know what it is, man. Digital Dog Show at the end of the month, over $600 in cash prizes. Got the dog of the month at the end of the month on that day. We just had winner dog of the week, man. And this is his I think it's his second time winning, man. Tori Hanzo, yeah, man, with a good looking dog, man. Them black dogs look good when they condition right, man. They look real good when they condition right. But man, where can we find you at, Mr. CEO?
Man, you already know, man. YouTube, man. Pimps Over Simps. Men at Work on YouTube, man. Instagram. Acidonia Worldwide, Kenny Lip Collections, that's the clothing brand. Also on TikTok as well. El Loco Morano, that's the music page on TikTok, and streaming on all platforms as well. Yeah, man. We working, bro.
Yeah.
This is a good live, man. Y'all enjoy y'all Friday, man. It's beautiful Friday, man.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully it's a pay Friday for y'all, you know. Don't blow it all this weekend at the strip club. Yeah. You know, I gave y'all some homework, so I'm gonna have some questions for y'all asses Monday.
Oh yeah, the UCC homework.
Yeah, man.
Just UCC. We were talking about accountants. It's a lot of verbiage I laid on y'all today.
Shit, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, man. We'll get over with y'all, man. I'm cut the grass.
Already, man. I'm about to get out here and work this dog.
Yes, sir. Get to it.
Yeah, before it get too hot, man. But hey, man, got nothing but love for y'all, man. And man, today was a good week, man. With some good topics, man. Do you trust in the blood or the breeder? You know, hey, we forgot about the handler. You know, what are the 4 reasons to keep that dog, man? These are all good subjects, man. And we got some good information out there, man. There's a whole bunch of opinions, man. But hey, man, Solo still here, man. Solo, where can we find you at, bro? Man, good for you to come up here, man.
Yeah, man, it's Shogun Chat, man. You know, that's where you can find me, man. Giving my 2-piece, man. You know, my 2 cents, man. I don't mean to be abrasive or anything like that, but you know, I just speak my mind.
Man.
You know,
speak your mind, bro. Speak your mind, man. Yeah. Nah, it's cool. You know. Yeah, man. I got nothing but respect for everybody, man. Yeah. Healthy conversations, healthy questions, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That mean and when you ask them healthy questions, man, this shit got to go down, you know, and then it got to come out. So, you know, that shit can stink coming out, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, good information, have your ass constipated, boy. But anyway,
the truth does that, man. The truth and genuine conversations does that. It ain't gonna always be sweet. You know what I'm saying? It ain't always be, you know what I'm saying, pleasant. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some conflict. It's gonna be some cognitive dissonance, all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Look,
hey, boy,
the truth tastes good in the belly full of lies.
Yeah, man. But look, that good information had your ass constipated. You ever seen somebody walk around with that constipated face, look like they mad at the world, man? That's what that information do for you. Yeah, man.
But let's go. I'm gonna say this, and we can end it like that. But that's what comes with it. If you haven't been through your angry black man phase, you still got to go through it.
I'm glad you said that. Hey, on Monday, I got a subject I want you to we got to talk about, pimps, man, and it's gonna get dark. It's gonna get real dark. So y'all have your bring the flashlight.
I'm scheduling. I'm scheduling my work week around that next
week. Yeah.
Let me know. I
okay.
Be there for that one.
All right, pimps. You talk about all the information and you going down that rabbit hole. Talk about you almost losing your mind going down that rabbit hole and what it can do to you when you do that.
That's gonna be
Monday
session right there.
Monday. Okay. Hey, it's gonna get dark, boy. Woo! Yeah, man. Because you get the information. Hey, information can send you off your rocker, man. You get the wrong.
What James Baldwin said. He said to be a conscious black man is to be in a constant state of rage or something to that effect. And it's true.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like ignorance is bliss, man.
Yeah.
You know certain stuff. You know, it's like the hell, you know. Every day.
Look, that's one.
See, we about to go into it now. We're just gonna wait till next week. That was
gonna
get hot, boy. That show was so hot. Because you might want to clean your ears out, because if it's any crust in there, that shit gonna set on flames.
Man. Yeah, man. But you know what it is, man. Like I say, I'm gonna keep saying it, man. We ain't nothing without y'all, man. Give a damn what anybody say, man. Whether you peeping through the window or you kicking the door down to come kick it on the couch, man. We love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all helping us make the day go by, and we hope we doing the same for y'all. But until tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Central, we out.
Hey. Yeah. Beat drop slow, head not flow. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breed for clout, we breed for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Started with Boogeyman, ghost in the chain, locked in the game, never moved for fame. Old mountain lions run deep in the flame. Sock about the fire, Michonne brought the name. Then came fat boy, muscle in the frame. Man hard, put respect on the name. Shotgun smooth, but the work insane. Sugar sweet jit, but our bite ain't tame. Kiki in the back, had a game in the veins. Gatorade heavy, running straight through the rain. Red digit close, watch him work in the lane. Renegade rider can't hold that chain. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Saki from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breed for clout, we breed for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Ain't no luck, just grit and grind. Every dog here put work in time. Lady Rage got that fire in her eyes. Red alert taught us how to recognize signs. Blood heavy like a 2-ton chain. Everything proven, no need to explain. They asked what's in it, that yellow campaign. Built off real, we don't fake no strain. Second with the flame, Michonne lit the wick. If you know, then you know that line too slick. From the field to the show, every move so thick you can't blueprint this. It's the legacy pick. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breed for clout, we breed for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die.